Hi, this is Tara and Donzer, and we did our pre-St. George ride attempt here in September 2014, and we did not get our score for our silver medal, but we did learn a bunch. So I'm going to kind of go through this to share what I'm seeing and also just for myself so I can keep working on the training process. Overall comment for this test is his head is up and down, flinging up and down. And that's something we've been working on, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. I had been working on coming from a canter to baby canter to a halt. So besides the hind leg back, I was actually happy with that. What's interesting in this whole test is that his feet are actually quite good. It's just the head bobbing detracts from the whole test. Coming into the corner, I pushed him into the corner, but I'm still getting resistance with that, so I need to work on that some more with him. The lengthening here, his back was tight, like right underneath my seat. He was just holding, and I didn't push him at all because I knew he was going to break into the canter. So that's just something I didn't get done in the warm-up, is right underneath my seat he's holding, and so he's disconnected, and obviously that's why the head's bobbing up and down. Here I'm really trying, I've got the good angle and the feet are good, but his head is just going. And so I've got to work on trying to figure out how to get that connection in the warm-up, and then here I take it out to a 10-meter circle, which should be 8 because I allowed myself to be distracted trying to figure out with this head bobbing nonsense. This half pass I'm actually quite happy with, but again, the head bobbing detracts from that. So I'm coming up here to see, and what I'm trying to do is get more into the corner, and I'm just not getting the response that I want when I push into the corner. So that's a training thing I'm going to need to work on. And you can see towards the end here he stops fighting with me and he starts to settle there. And again, this is all, I think a lot of this is all tied together with the tightness in his back. He hasn't lifted through his shoulders, and so the head's just bobbing because he's not connected there. And then here, he just totally blew me off here. You can see my inside leg. I'm trying to get the bend, and he's just like, not happening. What I'm trying to focus on here, though, is just staying very steady and calm with my body, and I'm not angry. I'm not pleased, but I'm not angry, but we're just continuing to press on. And what's interesting when you're riding is he's bobbing his head up and down, but it's all within the bounds of the rein, so he's not pulling on me. And I know it's hard when I watch the video. I'm like, wow, he's really bobbing that head, because it just doesn't feel like it from the saddle as much as it looks from the ground. And so we're coming here in, and again, I mean, that tightness in his back just affects everything, because we've had some very good rides at home. And when his back is loose and he's up and through, it's like I can just kind of scooch my sits bones up and he comes with me. And here it was a little bit like when he's tight in the back and you're asking, you never know if you're going to get the response you want or you're going to get a little pushback in the wrong way. So I think part of what I need to do is, I don't want to say ride more aggressively, but much more assertively and clearly, and say, this much, buddy. So I was happy I had scribed at Estes Park, and I did make sure that we were out into the medium by M. The judge was getting really irritated that everyone was waiting until after M to start. There, Donzer reached down to scratch his leg. He's never done that in the test. I'm like, come on, the walk is your one really good move. But, you know, here's how it goes. So coming up, I was happy with the depart. I've been working on 3 half halts and then the depart, and he actually did that exactly when I asked. And I need more half halts and more sitting here is what it feels like. And then coming into this corner, I really want to come in and then come out for the half pass. So going to the left, I was actually pretty happy with his feet, and then the change was clean. Coming back to the right, I was like, come on, because that was not happening. It felt like I asked and there was no go button. So actually I'm kind of surprised it looks much better than that felt. This change was okay. And so coming in to do the pirouettes, this is kind of the work that's getting better and better at home, but again, with where he was today, I was just trying to keep him moving. And we had a little bit of a break in that rhythm, but coming through, I was keeping my outside leg back, and he held the counter canter nicely, and the judge actually did comment that the counter canter, the judge made the comment, she's like, the feet were pretty good, but the head head tossing just detracts from the whole test. And so, and here, for some reason, this pirouette direction is the one where he will stop if I half halt too much. So again, that was large, but I just wanted to keep him going. And then our change here, coming down, this has been the bane of our existence for this level, is trying to get the changes. And what he did this time, from the saddle, what I was happy with is that he didn't run away with me. So he didn't do all his changes, and he was bobbing his head, but he didn't just like kind of throw down and gallop off. And I was able to get him to come back a little bit. And this is the kind of thing is, we do clean lines of changes at least half the time, if not more. But this was more about just whatever is going on. And I'm trying to sort out, is this nervousness on his part? Am I bringing some kind of energy that's different than what's at home? What is the training issue? Because I have, I ask lots of trainers, and they're like, just keep doing more of what you're doing. And then here this change at the end is nice and clean. And he actually came back, and he was staying with me, because a lot of times coming around this last turn, it feels like he wants to start flipping changes, and he actually let me drive. And I was pretty happy with his halt there. So the big learning thing here is trying to figure out how to get that tension and throughness in the warm-up. So we'll keep this record, and we'll keep working on it.